Hey, what's up everyone? It's Mike here for you, and tonight we're talking about the Shika Mammoth hose. Alright everyone, here I have the Shika Mammoth hose. Just going to kind of give you a up close and personal look at the hose itself. And I will be working from behind the camera, so hopefully I'm getting everything, giving you the best possible shots that I can. But anyway, just going to go ahead and pick it up. As far as the length goes, guys, I'm not 100% positive the actual length. I have heard some people around 80, 82 inches, and I would say that's a very fair estimate. But what makes this hose the Mammoth is, of course, the gauge, which, as you see here, is just extremely huge. As far as the port end of the hose, it's pretty standard. It's going to fit into multiple pipes. The handle is rather huge. And as far as the handle itself goes, just some nice yarn work here. You know, two-tone. This is the brown and yellow. As far as the gauge of the hose, as you see here. Now, what I do want to touch on is this grommet inside of the hose. When you first get your Shika Mammoth hose, this grommet is going to be somewhat stuck in place. This is intentional. These were just partly glued inside the handle so to prevent from sliding far down into the handle during shipping to where you couldn't get it out. But they are intended to be removed. And as I said, a little bit of glue still left on there just because I didn't really go too far into it, but it is easily removable. It will look a little nasty when you first take it out, but like I said, all you have to do is pick that off, wash it off. But the reason for this, I do have a lot of stuff on the side of me, so excuse me. The mouthpiece that comes with it, as you see, it's a very wide mouthpiece in comparison to others. So you take the grommet out, put it on the end of the tip, then stick it back in. Try not to drop it on the floor as you're doing so. So there you have it. Of course, you can just leave the grommet in there. Stick the hose in, or the mouthpiece in. It is a relatively tight fit, which is a good thing. You don't want it just falling out on you during use. So, excuse me while I pick this back up. And I do apologize about the length of the video, guys, but I did want to try to be as detailed with this as possible. But anyway, as I said, to remove the grommet, the reason why, if you'd like to use different mouthpieces, such as Crown Hookah's mouthpieces, what you can do, take your grommet, and then take what I like to use as a mod bowl grommet. Stick it back in the hose. Voila. You've got your crown tips on your Shika Mammoth. Wonderful. So, that covers pretty much the basics, I think. Now what I want to do is just kind of give you some comparisons. What we have here, and the zoom hose. kind of hard to do this in the back of the camera, but hopefully you can tell that the size difference. Not that there's anything wrong with the zoom hose, I absolutely love it. This is just strictly a comparison. The Dream hose in comparison to the Shika Mammoth. Now what we have is actually another Shika hose, which is the standard Shika hose, which came with my V2 Shika, which is comparable to the Zoom or the Dream hose. Now, here we have an Elmas Turkish. As you see, the Elmas is a little bit wider than the previous hoses. Still not quite as wide as the Mammoth hose. But what I will say, without dropping everything, is the actual handles of the hose. The Mammoth is a pretty good comparison to the Elmas. Alright guys, I think that's it as far as what I have for you as far as comparisons go. As far as the basics of the hose, I covered the grommet. I know that when you first get your Mammoth hose, some of you are going to see that grommet falling out, and I just want to stress to you that that is intentional. Like I said, the reason why it was partially glued was to prevent it from sliding down during shipping. But absolutely, you can remove that grommet for the sole purpose of adjusting it to be able to use whatever mouth tip you would like. Obviously, it's going to work with whichever one that you want to use. So, I'm going to go ahead, get things loaded up, come back, show you how it performs, give you my final thoughts. So, be right back. Alright everyone, so you've seen the basics of the hose, kind of gave you some comparisons to other hoses on the market. So the only thing left to do now is to really show you how it performs and tell you what I think about it. So, that being said, I'm using my Shika Drago, the Shika Oblivion Bowl, which I'll have a review on in the very near future, Cloud Lotus with 3 Cocoa Jammers, water in the base, and of course the Shika Mammoth hose. Tonight I'm smoking some pure tobacco pineapple, so let's see what we have. Hopefully, as you see, very nice thick clouds. So needless to say, the Shika Mammoth is going to perform. With this wide of a gauge, I can't see possibly how it could not perform. Obviously going to get very nice cloud output. Of course, it's going to depend on what type of tobacco you're smoking and how you pack, certain variables like that. But overall, the hose, it's an effortless draw, definitely just like you're breathing, and you get very nice flavor from it. I'm definitely picking up the pineapple in this, which is what I should be getting. Very nice. I have no complaints about it whatsoever. Again, it is very wide open. As I showed you in the comparisons, I don't have a Starbuzz Maximus hose, but from my observations, what I've seen from others, I would have to say that that's probably the closest thing in comparison to the Shika Mammoth. I don't want to say one or the other is wider because I don't know. I haven't seen the Maximus up close and personal. But in either case, this is going to be a very wide open hose for you. If that's what you want, definitely a Shika Mammoth. The mouthpiece, excellent quality, as well as the hose itself. As far as, you know, the yarn work here on the handle, very good quality. The hose itself, very nice, very nicely wrapped. Excellent quality hose. So definitely well worth it. No complaints. Another thing, 100% washable. That's always a good thing. You can smoke numerous flavors with it. As far as ghosting goes, wash it out. I will say though that since my time of using it, which has been quite often lately, I haven't had any problems with ghosting. So I don't know whether it's just I haven't used strong enough flavors, but I can say that I've smoked the same flavors that I have ghosted other hoses with using this and haven't had any issues. So take from that what you will. So yeah, I covered the basics. I went over the comparisons, showed you how it performs. My final thoughts: excellent hose. If you want a wide open hose that is just like breathing, Shika Mammoth, go and check it out. It's going to be available at a number of different vendors, so it shouldn't be too hard to find. I think that's it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to drop me a line. If you have any questions regarding Shika products in general, feel free to ask. I'll try my best to answer them. Otherwise, go get you a Shika Mammoth. Everyone out there, thanks for watching. If you can, please comment, like, and subscribe. And until next time, smoke on.